What are you up to?
Just trying to figure out a few things regarding the upper section of my ancient Assyrian armour. So I'm using this as my guide. You can see here what I'm actually building now is going to be the from the underarm section. So you see the underarm section here. So that it'll be the rest of the front chest and the shoulders, and then you got the back section from the underarms up. So that's what I need to figure out now, and I'm using this as my guide for width and height as well, because this is a really good fit. And just to give you an idea of what else I've got my coat that's a full length, and I'll show you what that looks like on, because that's another item I'm using to help with my measuring guides as well. Another thing I wanted to mention as to why I'm thinking about doing something that has more of an overlap is because, as you can see on this one, in a single breasted version, I get minimal overlap or just enough for me to tie it. Now, if I have a little bit more overlap, what that will do on both sides, it'll cover my solar plexus region, and I'll have a double layer that will go over this entire midsection here, which is covering the chest and the front. So your heart is double protected in this section. So another thing I wanted to mention was about the skirt. So I was hoping I could attach a skirt at the bottom of this one that I'm doing. However, this skirt will be different. It'll be not curved like this. So you see the curve here. But if I get the overlap so that this is extended to approximately here, with a straight cut on that side, and then a straight cut on this side, which will extend to here. What that will do is that will give me a skirt that's also represented in ancient Assyrian reliefs, with a fringed bottom just around the bottom edge, and it will not hinder my movement because it's split open, and you get again double protection of your leather here down in the midsection, which is also crucial for men. So this is the coat, and I've made the coat in 3 main sections and sleeves. So what I mean by that is you have the right side down the front, you can see the seam. You got the left side, and you can see the seam, and then you've got one whole back section here, and then of course you got your sleeves. Now I've tailored the shoulders to sit flat. So here is the coat, and you can see it's a single breasted coat. However, what I want you to focus on is what's happening down at the bottom, because this single breasted coat down at the bottom has the split open in a way that's identical to what we see on Assyrian reliefs. So when you put it on, and then you've got your broad belt, across here, you notice now the split that I'm getting at the bottom from my bottom half. So that's the type of effect that this type of coat in full length would give you. And I did it full length so that if I wanted to, I could make it 3/4 length, or I could make it above the knee, and also get some measurements from my hips and waist as well in the upper section. Now, regarding the arms, you can see the shoulders, when it doesn't have a square cut up at the top, it kind of becomes a little bit tight, hindering my movement, and you get a lot of gathering up in this section. So I think you need that room in order for you to be able to draw your bow. So if I was drawing my bow, and then also if I've got a quiver on the back like you see in ancient Assyrian reliefs, and I'm trying to go and reach for an arrow, that also makes it a little bit tighter. Whereas if I had the square cut, it would give me a little bit extra room for me to be able to reach at the back to pull out arrows from my quiver. Hi Shem.
What are you up to?
Been working on my Assyrian Scale Armour, and this is a trial run to see how the upper section was going to work out. So what I've done here is been able to get that breast to go all the way up until where the shoulders start, and it also does the same thing underneath. So it's 2 layered, it's double breasted. So when I open it up, you can see it's 2 layers. Okay, let me just pull my needle out that I've been using to thread some of the pieces. So right now what I'm trying to do is figure out whether or not I need an extra layer down the front and down the front. And you can see I've got some wings on the shoulders which articulate. I haven't tied these down, and I've created these rows without a backing. I've cut the backing. I just need to stitch these after I've painted them onto the backing once and for all. So this is the upper section I was talking about. You can start to see the upper section and how this is going to get stitched on to the other leather section that I've already made. So this has been hard work trying to figure this one out, but I've managed to figure out something that gives you a little bit more protection over the shoulders. So a little bit more protection here. What I've done, I still have some things to. I think the height from the front is okay, but I might need some more coverage here, so I'm still figuring stuff out, but most of it has been finished. I'll give it a go and we'll see what it looks like. So what's going on is obviously there's more rows, and I'm just doing some sample stitching here. I don't want to do the whole thing because then I'm just going to end up chopping it up and wasting all that cordage. So my intentions are to do crisscross stitching. You can get an idea of what it looks like from the back. Let's see what it looks like from the back.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right. Let me straighten up from the front. Just give us a moment. Just quickly tie this one cord. So you can see it's got a bit of an overlap. This whole solar plexus region has got double protection, which is what I've been wanting for a long time now. I've got another row to do at the bottom, and over here, how's that? Okay. So now, just pull them out and pull those out.
Yeah, so explain the back. Why is it on like that? So why did you do it like this style?
Because you get more coverage on the shoulders.
Yeah.
So compared to my last one, you'll notice that the armhole is a lot smaller. Yet, I still have all the articulation I need. So even now I can fully hold my hands and go above my shoulders. You get what I'm saying? So spearing is no problem. I've got I'm drilling holes for the scales. You see, these ones are extra scales that I've had to make, and now I'm just tidying them up. So you see all the flashing. I'm cutting all the flashing off. So when I trim them, they come out like this, and then I'm drilling the holes. So, for example, this is what they look like when they come out of the mold. So I have to trim. Trim the pieces. Cut all that flashing off. Almost there. And then I'll give them a little scrape on the edges to tidy them up more, smooth out the edges. And then that's ready to get drilled and painted.
So how do you drill it?
What do you mean? Yeah, like this. Just freehand. So here, look. Still watching?
Alright, thanks.
Hi, Shannon.
How you going?
Good.
What are you up to?
Just seeing how many more pieces I need to add on to this bodice. So what I've done is I've got another row at the bottom, a full row at the bottom to do. So I've got scales outside waiting. These ones I just made. Have a look at these. These ones I just made. So what I found was when I stitched it up. What I found was when I stitched it up so that this actually joins to here like that, it's a little bit tight around the armhole. So I need to enlarge the size of the armhole, and to do that, what I need to do is I need to add 2 pieces here and 2 pieces here, and that'll give me bigger size. However, because of the addition here, what also needs to happen is a full row also needs to go across on this side. So another six pieces here, and 2 for each one of those rows. And the same thing has to happen here on this side. So over here too, I need to add another 2 to lengthen the size of the armhole, so it's not as tight as what it is now. And then I've got these 6 here to extend the row. So now I've got to stitch these up and then stitch them onto the rest. But you can pretty much see I'm almost finished the entire bodice.